Welcome back. There's some confusion about student loans and scholarships right now. Edvisors, located right here in Las Vegas, offers workshops and also free resources on its website, edvisors.com. And joining us now with more is the Director of Corporate Communications with Edvisors, is Elaine Rubin. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So this is a huge talker lately, but there's a lot of confusion about scholarships right now. Tell us a little bit more about this.
So in order to qualify for the $20,000 in forgiveness, you would have needed to be a Pell Grant recipient. So you would have seen that when you were paying for your undergraduate programs. So there's been a little bit of confusion of what that means and if it applies to the fact, if you're in graduate school right now, it's all about if you ever received a Pell Grant, you could qualify for the higher amount of forgiveness of $20,000, and that's been one of the top questions we've been getting.
And I think another kind of question has been the type of loan. So these are loans specifically by the U.S. Department of Education, right?
Yes, so they're federal student loans, but not all federal student loans are really eligible based on how it's written out. They're working through that. So essentially, if you've been receiving the payment relief, which means no interest or requirements of payments since March of 2020, you'll be eligible for this forgiveness. And they're working through the details of other federal student loan borrowers, and private student loan borrowers are not eligible for this forgiveness.
And we know that there's a deadline. The president announced the beginning of the year. People need to be prepared to start paying. How do people need to get ready for this?
So if your balance isn't going to be forgiven, you do need a repayment plan come January 2023, especially those borrowers who have been used to not making payments since 2020. So you need to make sure to build that into your budget and that you can afford those monthly payments, because it's been a while since you've had to look at that.
And another big question is the student loan forgiveness isn't automatic. There's a process that needs to be done?
So some borrowers will get it automatically. So essentially, if you already have your loan with the U.S. Department of Education, maybe you're in one of those income-driven plans, they have that information to qualify you based on the income requirements. If they do not have the information, they've basically said that they'll be releasing an application by October, so just a few weeks away, and you'll have until December 2023 to actually get that application in. So some people will have a process, some people will have it automatic.
And I feel like there are many branches to forgiveness. It's been a conversation over the last several months. There are some careers that have some sort of forgiveness opportunities, right?
Yes, so this is a mass forgiveness. So this is if you meet the income thresholds of 125 individual, 250 married or head of household, then this is a mass forgiveness opportunity for you. But things like public service loan forgiveness, that is a program that will continue. And until October, end of October of this year, there's some really great waivers that borrowers should look into to see if they qualify, because that one's a tough one with all the eligibility requirements. But the waivers are really helping people qualify right now. So you should take a double look if you work in public service.
And with your experience, how have you seen the forgiveness programs affect borrowers? What have you been seeing so far?
So people have a lot of questions. They're a little confused of when they expect to see it. So they're still rolling it out. It was just announced, but the process hasn't been put into place 100% yet, and no one's been told what date they can expect forgiveness. So they're waiting to see how they qualify, what information they need to provide. So they're pretty excited to see, some of their debt be reduced or eliminated completely, but there's still a lot of questions of how and when.
Thank you so much for all of your insight and your assistance. People can go to edvisors.com for more information. Elaine Rubin, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you breaking it down for us.
Thank you, Chloe.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.